In this video, we will apply some of the settings to personalise how Links is used at your centre. Your Links administrator and key area managers should be present for this training. To set up your site, open the admin module, then select Site, Site Setup. There are a number of tabs to work through here and settings you are able to apply. Let's start with some general settings. Click Show Customer Emergency/Health Details if you want these fields to be shown on the customer screen. Click Use Guest Passes if you want to allow prospective members to be given a guest pass to trial the centre. Postcode validation will use predictive text when entering in suburbs. If more than one postcode exists for the suburb, you'll be able to select the code from a list. Max per debit. As a safeguard, enter the maximum amount any one customer would be charged in a single direct debit period. Enter in the maximum number of current cards a member can be assigned for access. This is most likely 1. However, if a customer can have a member card and a 24-hour scan tag or similar, you can set this to 2. Select whether to print new cards or reprint cards when doing a bulk card print. If you are printing your own cards for customers, you can also select to add a site prefix to all cards. Disable picture capture should only be used on advice from Links support. Here you can define a file path to save photos to, and define a file path to save any documents to. Date of birth masking can hide various aspects of a customer's date of birth, and staff will require permission to view or edit it. You can choose to mask the day, month, year, or a combination of the above. Photo compression allows you to choose the quality of photos taken for member cards. Moving on to the Auditing/Other tab. Select the point of sale actions you wish to appear in the audit log. When a staff member voids a transaction, overrides or discounts a price, and specify if a reason is required for the discount, opens the till without a sale, or clears the transaction box before taking payment. You can set a reminder to consolidate all transactions. This process locks away all current transactions so they can no longer be modified. After the set number of days, a reminder will appear to run this process. Ticking the Record to Facility Booking Change log will log any changes to facility bookings and can be reviewed in the Facility Booking screen. Enable associated customers is only required on advice from Links support staff. If using the Consult module in Links, select whether customer assessments will be able to be edited. Choose whether to automatically send Links module solutions errors and information about your use of Links. BSB validation is no longer required as direct debit details are stored in a PCI compliant vault rather than in Links. Let's move on to settings for memberships and visit passes. You can archive memberships and visit passes. When executing this process, set the number of days a membership or visit pass has to have been expired for in order to be archived. Set the membership suspension rollover limits, either choosing to roll over a member's allowed suspension time on the same day once a year, or once a year based on the start date of each individual member contract, or not at all. You can also decide whether to allow members to accumulate unused suspension time, and whether to allow separate suspension rules for each membership type. Set whether you want payments for rejections, adjustments, and outstanding charges for memberships to be paid at point of sale or included in the next direct debit. Select if you wish credit card or bank account details to be a mandatory field when processing a new membership sale through point of sale. Select if you want the start date of a membership contract to have to be entered manually rather than defaulting to the date a membership is purchased. Under the Classes tab, you can choose if staff have to enter their staff ID and password to create or remove a class booking, The daily schedule is automatically refreshed each time a change is made. Classes can be overbooked. Family financial adjustments can be deleted. Suspensions and make-up bookings will show in the vacancies in the visual schedule. Held and trial bookings will show in the vacancies in the visual schedule. Casual bookings are allowed. Whether to show balances owed for next term when a student registers to attend their current class. Whether to switch off area validation. Area validation will stop multiple classes being created in the same area at the same time. V5 direct debit calculation is only required on advice from link support. Choose if you want to round bulk rollover prices to the nearest 10 cents. If your classes have joining fees, select whether to recharge a joining fee if moving a booking between class types. You can choose what functions you wish to print a receipt for, email a receipt for, or both. New or trial bookings, make-up or casual bookings, moved bookings, and cancelled bookings. When paying class fees in point of sale, you can choose whether to default the payment against the selected student only or against the family account, including all students under one responsible person. Here you can define extra fields to be entered when adding student details, such as level name, assessment date, and whether or not to include these custom fields in your class timetable reports. We can also set make-up class parameters. Select whether staff are able to delete make-up bookings. You can set whether you wish to restrict the number of make-ups a student is able to book. If disabled, students can book limitless make-ups. If set to calendar year, a student will be allowed up to 12 make-ups in a calendar year. If set to anniversary year, students will be allowed up to 12 make-up bookings per year from the start date of their booking. If using this feature, you also need to set the minimum time before a class starts the student needs to be marked absent in order to be eligible for a make-up for that class. Select the Account Statement tab to enter the default email details that will be sent out when sending a class's account statement to a family. The email subject and body can be set, while the email header and footer can be set separately by selecting View Email Settings. Note that any of the text entered here can also be edited at the time of sending an account statement email. Clicking on the Restorations tab. Restorations allow a daily backup of all your links data to be done either each morning, evening, or both. Enter the path and file name you wish to save your backups to, and click Test to check the path has been entered correctly. The settings under the Regional, System, Other Sites, and SMS tabs will be entered by your links trainer or links support staff as required. Once all your other settings have been applied as needed, click OK. In the next video, we will set up other site parameters for using links at your centre.